Hello, Twitch. I am here. Hello. I am doing good. How are you? Darth, hello. Thank you for shouting Bandit out. I'm very happy that I decided to cancel tomorrow's stream in advance. I got home Friday night, dumped my shit by the front door, went to bed. It was like not even 9 o'clock when I went to bed. And I didn't start feeling human again until about 24 hours later, so last night. And I had a lot of stuff planned for yesterday. And I managed to get one of them done by like midnight. But today is better. I'm all recovered from my whirlwind trip. I'm clearly too old for this shit. Lego! No, not today. Today's cross stitch. Tomorrow, what is being human like, right? And then I was going to say, well, next week is a normal streaming weekend. That's great. And then I flipped to next week and realized, oh no. Next week, we're doing a 12-hour stream to celebrate my stream anniversary. Because clearly, I hate myself. It's the middle of the month, and I still need to write a 6-part workshop for a workshop that starts on April 1st. I am this close to canceling all of my streams for the rest of the month, not gonna lie. All right, but not today. Not today. All right, as BTS would say. Anyway, how was your guys' week? The concert was great. The only bad thing about the concert was that I didn't realize that the last train to the airport, like my flight wasn't until like 7 o'clock the next morning, but I didn't get a hotel. My plan was concert, airport, sleep at airport, fly. So I didn't get a hotel. I'm not planning on it. Just because I'm thinking about it doesn't mean I'm going to do it. But I didn't realize that like the last train to the airport was at 11 o'clock. Now, I could have gone to the airport at any point, but it would have cost a lot more than $12. Like if I got an Uber or something. That didn't sound like fun. So I ended up having to leave the concert early, which sucked monkey balls. Your week was boring? Well, that can be good. Sometimes you don't want too much excitement. So I was disappointed about that. And the reason why I bought the ticket for the concert, was for the opening act. And I realized that when you're a fan of an opening act and you're used to watching videos of them like commanding a stadium by themselves, and then they're an opening act for the opening act for the headliner, it's a very different experience. Like I haven't seen One OK Rock perform as a headliner. Like I've never been to a concert before, but I've seen videos of them doing live shows, and it was like amazing. But this time the arena was like empty. There was hardly anybody in the pit, and it was just a very different experience from what I was expecting. But I also like the other two bands, so that was fine. All right, so we're doing a Chester Bennington cross stitch, which is what I was supposed to do last time I did the spinny wheel of doom. And then I canceled that stream for whatever reason, because I'm a slacker. So we're doing it now. And then Friday, we are on day 3 of the Titanic. And then the weekend is Chat's Choice weekend, which kind of works out cool that Chat's Choice weekend falls on 12-hour stream day. Ooh, that's exciting. So is that it? Are you done now? Or are you now waiting for the next class and the next assignment? All right, I'm just figuring out where to go next. Before I do some art, that's cool. 3801, 24. 3801. That's what we're going to do next. So, yeah, I spent all day yesterday either in bed or wishing I was in bed because I was definitely, over the course of my trip, dehydrated and got barely any sleep. So last night I was home. The night before was the airport night, which it isn't the worst airport I've ever slept in, but it wasn't the best either. But at least that's one more thing closer to the end. And then the night before, I stayed at my coworker's place because she lives in the city. So I went home with her after work and then stayed at her place. But I also didn't get very good sleep there. Not because the bed was uncomfortable or anything like that. I just feel weird because I live alone. So sleeping in a space with other people sometimes is weird. I'm like paranoid about waking up or not waking up in time or whatever. And I'm also someone who needs to be the first person awake. I think that's gone back to like my, going to guide and scout camp when I was a kid, because if you were the first person asleep or the last person awake, you were the person that got pranked, right? So I would always try to be the last person to fall asleep and then always try and wake up before everybody else. And so I feel like that's just continued on into adult life, even though I don't feel like anybody's actually going to prank me anymore. But now it's more of a like, everybody else is up, so I should be up too kind of thing. I don't know. I'm just weird, I guess. Point being is I also didn't get a good night's sleep the night before, except for that was just my fault. So it was basically 2 nights of hardly any sleep, 2 very active days, and not a lot of hydration. It was not very good for me. Anyway, what did I say I needed? 3801. I don't know what color that is. This is a design where you will never know what color it is until you actually pick the thing, unless you recognize the number, because it's just weird colors. It's this color. To graduate in February. Oh, that's not too long now, though. Less than a year. So I've got 1 trip / overnight done for the year, 5 more to go. Highlighter. All right. I'm going to put this first stitch in and then get comfy and then we'll get to it. So the nice thing about this on a day where kind of sleepy is that it's pretty brainless because it's just these color blocks. Okay. All right, get comfy. I forgot that part. Oh, chat reading device. I knew I was forgetting something. And we had the time change last night, so my lunches are back to being at noon. My time, which is 11 o'clock Eastern. One of these days, hello, how are you doing? Welcome. One of these days, I will update all of my streaming software. But that is also not today. I hope you are having a good day. I am working on a stylized photograph of Chester Bennington from, or not photograph, stylized picture of Chester Bennington from Lincoln Park. And if you're new, then I will say that I cross-stitch here on the weekends, usually. And on Friday nights, we do Lego streams. We're currently building the Titanic. And sometimes we do bonus streams. Oh my goodness. I was definitely going to stream, y'all, from an airport. But when I got to the airport on Thursday night, I was so beat. All I wanted to do was sleep. So that's what I did. And then when I was not sleeping anymore, I kind of forgot that that was a thing I was planning on doing. But I was kind of looking forward to streaming from the airport. It just didn't happen. Last time I did that, I streamed from the Charles de Gaulle airport in France. Oh, and then, well, I think I did think about it at one point, but it was like 3 a.m. And I'm like, are any of my regulars even going to be awake right now? Is there any point? Because, like, when you're just doing a just chatting stream, if no one is in the stream, it's a little harder to, just chat. Because, as you know, I am not great at just chatting by myself for a long period of time. Lego! Yeah. I took a peek in that little tiny Lego store at the airport. You saw birthday money? Nice. And they had some good stuff, but I was not tempted to wait until the store opened in order to buy any of it. Not sure what to buy? Well, you have said that you wanted another trench run. But buying the same thing is kind of boring. Oh, really? Sounds like that's where you should concentrate your choices on then. At this point, the only one that I'm like really tempted by is the piano. The typewriter is pretty cool too, though. I'm not tempted enough to like, it is in my Amazon save for later items, but I'm not like actually tempted as in like I think about adding it to my cart every day or anything like that. It's just sort of there, taunting me. Ah. I wouldn't normally have picked a picture that's like this, but I had been looking through the Etsy sellers shop for something else, and I came across it. And like I said, at first thought it was like, that's not really for me. But, and I can't show you a picture because it's not on Etsy anymore. But the way it looked, it just sort of like fit the mood. If that makes any sense. Like I was like, oh yes, this is something that actually makes sense with this artist. Oh no. You could stream yourself taking it apart. And then stream yourself putting it back together. Which would be 2 streams worth of content out of 1 set. Mm. Oh. Well, that's easy enough to do, right? Okay. Fair. I don't know what happened with that stitch there, but I'm not going to go back and fix it, so too bad, so sad. Yeah. I thought about that as well for a while, and I'm like, it sounds like it's too much complicated for me. I didn't think I was going to be able to get this whole row done with this amount of thread, but yay. Right. Yeah, I don't blame you. They're not cheap to replace. I mean, I like these ones. They're not fancy, but like I feel like they work. They're cheap. C920s. I thought about getting another one because they've, come down in price again. I thought about getting another one as my face cam, but then I was like, I don't actually care. So, I'm technically borrowing this face cam from work and have been since I started streaming. So, if I ever leave the job, then I will consider getting a new face cam. If I ever leave my job, I have a few things that I need to return. I'm also borrowing 2 tripods. I think that's it. A webcam and 2 tripods. Mm. Yeah. Mounts are fun. My problem is getting one that like fit on my desk. I ended up having to take part of my desk apart. I'm a little chilly. She says as she then gets her iced cap. It's still partially frozen from the freezer. Two, 4, 5, 2. Sorry, I was just looking at where it wraps around to the next page. Whew. I'm using a tabletop stand for my webcam to face downwards. Yes. I have one that like clamps onto the edge of the table, but the problem is like the back of my table, this table, has like a board at the back, I guess for stability or whatever. So it's like, if this is my table, right? Then here, there's like another part that comes like partially down. So if my table is on the side, there's like this board that comes down like this. So there was nowhere to clamp the thing because this bit of wood was too big for like the clamp. It's like a normal size clamp. So what I ended up having to do was I didn't take the piece of wood off completely, mostly because that would have meant that I would have had to move the table to unscrew it from this side. But I just unscrewed it from this side, so it's like half hanging down, so I can clamp both of my mic arm and my webcam arm to it. And then my face cam is the same stand, but because I have a bookshelf, there's like my L desk, right? And then I have a bookshelf on the other side. Oh no, it's clamped to the actual desk that my computer's on, because it doesn't have a weird hanging down thing at the back. Hi, table phone. Chat reading device / music listening device. All right. Ooh, fancy. Mine is not like that. So yeah, next week. Well, technically, my stream anniversary is March 22nd, but that's like a Tuesday or something. And I considered doing a bonus stream that day, but now I'm not. I'm going to a whiskey tasting instead. So when my stream anniversary is during the week, I'm not going to do a 12-hour stream because, you know, I have a job. So I do it on like the closest Saturday. And I don't do it on a Sunday because that's a long stream and then having to go to work the next day. So I do it on the closest Saturday. So my 12-hour stream anniversary is March 18th. And it's my 5th stream anniversary. Yes. My 5th stream anniversary. One of my stream anniversaries, I did, like, because I kind of like break them up into 3-hour or 4-hour chunks. Or 3-hour chunks, whatever. 3 or 4-hour chunks. And there was one where I did a different thing each chunk. So like I did cross stitch and I did Lego and I did art and whatever. And then sometimes I broke it up and did different cross stitch projects each chunk of time, but this time we're just gonna keep it simple. There's something about those types of like jungle sets that I don't like. I don't know what it is. Like, I think it's cool. And on one hand, I like it. I think it's all the like trees and leaves and stuff. I don't know why. It just... I'm weird. That's all I know. Like, I don't like those pieces, I think. But, I mean, I know that there's those kinds of pieces in the BTS set because there's a palm tree, I'm pretty sure. But... And considering all of the people who have got it and built it so far on my Twitter timeline, I have not encountered any spoilers that I know of, so I'm happy about that. Weird Orally 1013, yo yo. Nice. I mean, you can get a lot of shit on Amazon, so it's not a bad place to birthday money sent, you know? Nope. It's not. It's exclusive. Mine hasn't shipped yet. I think it said it was supposed to ship on the 13th, so we'll see. And even so, I like told my mom that because, so back up. So y'all know that they got me the Space Shuttle Discovery for my birthday, right? Well, they gave me the money to buy it, and so I bought it and I had it shipped to the house for reasons. Oh my goodness. All right. This I'm kind of interested in. How do I open this in my app? I wish to open this in app, please. Uno BTS. Hey, Uno. Okay, I don't need to copy that. I can type that. That's not that hard to type. Let's open my actual Amazon app. Uno BTS. Searchy search. I say searchy search. Thank you. There we go. Boop. Add to cart. Uno's not my favorite. I prefer Crazy Eights because Uno is basically just a colorful version of Crazy Eights. But the family did recently purchase Uno. So anyway, the funny thing was that like we were like trying to figure out what. Well, at first they were like, "We want to get you the set that you talked about on stream." I'm like, dude, you can't just say the set that I talked about on stream. Do you know how many sets I talk about on stream? Like a lot. And how many times I say, ooh, I want that set. Like, you're gonna have to be more specific. And then my mom, I can't remember what my mom thought it was. And I'm like, I feel like I would not want that set. Like, enough to be seriously talking about it on stream. RLB, hello? I don't know why I said that as a question. Hello? It needed an exclamation mark, not a question mark. Poor punctuation. So, yeah, I can't remember what it was that she thought that it was that I wanted. But in the end, I figured out that it was maybe the Space Shuttle Discovery. I think that's what Space Shuttle it is. Because that's something that I would totally want. It was in the price that they thought it was going to be, except for I realized after the fact that I was quoting the American price and not the Canadian price. So anyway. And then when we couldn't figure out what one it was, they were like, well, this is the price that we're willing to pay. Is there anything in that price range that you would want? And so I'm like looking and I'm like, not really. And then like the following week they announced the BTS Lego and I was like, well, shit, I could have said that. Except Tristan would have had a conniption fit at buying me BTS things. Although it sounded like he was thinking about it for a little bit. Because he did send me a text at one point before this whole Lego discussion happened where he was like, who's your favorite BTS guy? And so I told him. And then he was like, if you had to choose between Jimin and Linkin Park, who would you choose? And I was like, that's a terrible question. How could you make me choose between Jimin and Chester Bennington? But anyway, I had an inkling of what I thought he might be looking at, because I'm like, what is something that you could buy a BTS version of or a Linkin Park version of? I was like, it's a Funko Pop. So I was like, okay, well, I have these Funko Pops and I don't have these Funko Pops. So anyway, and then it turned out that I got Lego instead. Thank you for the follow. And I get to see Boop, Jim and Boop into the stream. Boop. Yes, I did see that one. So anyway, where was I going with that? Oh, right. So we bought the Discovery thing, and then a week later, the BTS Lego went on sale. And I was like, well, shit, had I known that, because it was like $130 Canadian. It's like, well, if I'd known that, I would have asked for the BTS Lego, let's be honest. Although Tristan would have had a fit. And anyway, because I was buying it from the Lego store, I also had to have it sent to the house too. So I was like, hey, Mom, by the way, I'm buying another Lego, having it sent to the house. And she was like, what is the Lego? And I was like, it's BTS Lego. And she came back with, ew. And I'm like, well, okay. Anyway, point being is they have the Discovery shuttle in their possession. And the BTS Lego has not shipped yet. And I feel like there's probably a BTS store. There's probably a Lego store in Toronto that I probably could have gone to and bought the Lego, except for I would not have been able to take it home very well. And then also there's no way to cancel my order on the Lego website, so such is life. Anyway, back to work. As it was, I landed in Toronto at like, well, by the time I got out of the airport, it was like noon. Traveled downtown via the subway. And then went to the Eaton Center, where I went to a store that was BTS related. Then I went from that store to another store that is some K-pop music. Bought BTS stuff. Got on the train. Went to the CN Tower, where I had a meal nearby, and then went to the concert, and then went to the airport, where I slept the night, and then flew home. That was my day. I would have definitely had to gone out of my way to go to any of those stores. Whoa, this was unexpected. Second, something happened. Okay. All right. Sorry. Got a notification about something. I did not do it. No. I was just surprised to get a BTS notification. I was like, it's 2 hours before notification time, because that's when I take my break. But it was just a little fun thing. How many extra stitches do I need to do? 2. One of these days, I definitely have to, I think I've said that already today, update my streaming software. It's been screaming at me to update it for like weeks, possibly months at this point. But the first time it gave me the thing to update, it was like, please update. It like had this whole list of like, when you update, you're going to have to redo all of this work. And it was like, that sounds like a lot of work. We're going to put that up. We're going to put that off. So every time I open OBS, I'm like, remind me later. Except for this time, I accidentally clicked skip this update. And I was like, oops, didn't actually mean to do that. And now my Streamlabs chatbot is also screaming at me to update it. And I was like, that also sounds like work. Current state of Twisted Rainbow. Woo! It's so pretty. Sorry if I missed any of your messages, RLB. We sort of got... Oh, so pretty. This is my favorite color band so far. All those damn Jessicas, yes, but at least you're doing a smart thing and like doing 2 sections at the same time to break it up. Butthole stitches. I mean, not wrong. Come on, we can do it, right? We can get to the end of this row. Barely, but we did. Oh, shit, right. I was supposed to do something yesterday. All I managed... So there was a fellow streamer who asked me to do something for them. And I was like, yes, I will totally help you with that. But it was like the week leading up to everything that happened last week. And so in the end, I was like, I don't think I'm going to have time to do it while I go. I'll try and work on it while I'm gone, except for then I forgot my notes. And then it was like, I'll do it when I get home, except for then I went straight to bed and had a migraine for 24 hours. So I finally got it done last night. And that was basically all I managed to accomplish yesterday. But I was also supposed to look at movie tickets because they're doing a Coldplay movie in April. And a bunch of us are going to go. And I was supposed to look at that yesterday, and I did not. So this is a like stylized picture of Chester Bennington from Linkin Park. I don't have a picture because... I don't think I have a picture. Oh, that's what's feeling weird. My needle is still in here. I'm like, why is this so chunky? It's like, oh, because there's a needle. Let me see if I can find a picture. Because I went to the Etsy shop this morning to like grab the link for my to-do command. And they were like, yeah, this seller doesn't exist anymore. And I was like, I see. Watch out for needles. Let me see if I can find a picture. Pikachu. Are you going to open anytime soon? Thank you. Okay. Hello? Hello? Okay. Become smaller. Alright. No! I pressed the wrong button. Hello? Hello? Okay, you know what? Let's just do this. That's what it's gonna look like. I'm not gonna write the words. I don't need to write the words. Hello, Stream Deck? Can you do your job, please? I did just say hello. Hello? Anyway, this is what we're working on. So I was saying that it's not really the type of design that would interest me, but on the other hand, like, if you know about Chester, I feel like it fits. It's like all broken, shattered, explodey. Anyway. I don't know. There's a lot of black over here too. I'm not sure what we're gonna do about that. Haven't decided. We might just outline in black, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, that's what we're working on. Oh yeah. Let's see if this button works. Show stuff. Nope. It did not. It's also supposed to move the window out of the way. Good to know that the command doesn't work. Oh, Stream Deck. Sometimes. Oh, it did work. It was just very slow about it. Sometimes I wonder if you're worth it. All right, I need more thread. That's what we're looking for. I was also really hoping to finish Secret Project, either of them, before June. But that's not looking likely either. You know, the Secret Project that was supposed to be done last August, and then at Christmas, and then now at June, and we'll be lucky if it's done for Christmas. Because I literally have not stitched unless I've stitched on stream this whole year. Which is another reason why I'm not actually, like I threatened earlier in the stream, about canceling all of my streams for March, for the rest of March. But one of the reasons why I wouldn't do that is because then that means I'm definitely not going to get any cross-stitching done.